This video is definitely about camping, nothing else. As you can see, I'm just on my favorite camping YouTube website here. Just watching these ASMR camping videos. Love the visuals, love the sounds. Sounds good. Let's scroll down and see what they are. Oh my sweet mother of cheeked up thumbnails.
What you doing out here with all this ass?
I'm gonna need a priest.
Amen.
So I got an email in my inbox last week from a guy named Jake, and he said this. Recently, I came across a female camping YouTuber who has been stirring up quite a bit of controversy in the outdoor and YouTube communities. She seems to be gaining views and followers by wearing revealing outfits and using provocative thumbnails for her camping videos. This has sparked a heated debate about ethics, content creation, and responsible promotion in the outdoor YouTube space. I believe it would be interesting to see you react to some of her videos, examine the strategies she employs to attract views, and discussing the broader implications this has for content creation on the platform. Thanks for the email, Jake. I am but a humble servant, so of course I had to accept. And by the way, sweetheart, if you're watching this, it is Jake's fault if some weird shit starts popping up on the watch page. Anyways, this is Ventura Liza. She has 482,000 subscribers, and in 10 videos, she has managed to get 53 million views, with one as high as 18 million, 10 million, 7.2, 9 million. Suffice it to say, it appears Liza here has found a formula that seems to be working well on YouTube. And those of you that have been with me for a while might just recognize this formula from years past. Does the title, These Moms Are Cleaning Up on YouTube, ring a bell? Well, if it doesn't, it's because I made a video over 4 years ago about a similar thing happening in a different content niche. Where basically you take something that might not normally get a lot of views, like in this case camping, and back then it was moms delivering cleaning tip, and you sexualize it, and it gets a shitload of views. I also made a video 3 years ago about the chiropractor hustle on YouTube, as you can see the thumbnail here, which is much of the same thing. A normal person at the chiropractor, 75 views. A hot Instagram model with see-through yoga pants at the chiropractor, 5.7 million views. To give you an idea of what I'm talking about, I want to play a quick clip of this skit I did in this Cleaning Moms video all those years ago, because it's still to this day one of my favorite bits I've ever done.
Just get everything a little bit picked up and tidy.
Okay guys, I got my notepad and I am ready for some cleaning tips. Let's do this.
Put some toys away. The life of cleaning with a family. Makes such messes. Alright, follow along. Let's get clean.
Jesus! What the heck? Don't, close your eyes. Do not look at the screen, Nigel. What the f— Divine Father, please forgive us, for we know not what we do. Hail Mary, full of grace. Now, when I looked at the comments of those Cleaning Mom videos, it was very clear that most of the people weren't there to see cleaning tips. And in the case of those moms, they were using cleaning as this kind of Trojan horse on YouTube to get as many eyeballs as possible to then funnel people back to their adult-only Patreon or OnlyFans, which they had links for in the description. And admittedly, at the time, I was impressed by this clever marketing tactic by these solopreneur adult entertainers. Not gonna argue the ethics of it yet. Obviously, there's a lot of kids on YouTube, etc., etc. But today we're talking about the camping niche and this Liza girl who Jake emailed me about, and I want to give it a look. Now, if we look at her most viewed video here, right? The thumbnails are clearly working. We understand what she's doing, but I always like to watch the video to kind of see if she's at least delivering some content worthy of all these views. And I will say, scrolling through her video, they're not bad as far as outdoor ASMR content goes. A lot of people really love this type of stuff. She's got drone shots, she does a bunch of cute cooking, seems to be always raining somehow, she sets up the tent. I honestly think if it wasn't raining, she'd probably add the rain sound effects, because ASMR enthusiasts fucking love rain for some reason. Anyway, she cooks and it's nice, but in every video, there's always the bedtime routine, which always seems to include a pants drop and a bit of honey for the thirsty men in the comments.
Oh man, I got needs.
Now remember, this video has 18 million views. That is a massive amount of people that have seen this, and she's got others with almost the same amount, and they all follow kind of a similar formula. Treks to the site, puts the tent up, it's probably raining, we cook a little meal, pull the pants down, cheeks out. Bingo. Beautiful drone shot. It's the next day, bing, bang, boom, we're all done. And interestingly, it's never hard to find the bedtime routine part, because YouTube has this handy little feature called most replayed, where when you hover the scrub bar at the bottom, it will show you a graph of the most replayed parts. And when you click on the huge spike, Sure enough, right? And this isn't really an indictment on her. This is more just like an indictment on dudes, honestly. Horny ass dudes that wake up every morning and think, boy, would I love to see some ass cheeks or boobas today.
That's for sure.
And when a thumbnail like this pops up on your feed, mission accomplished. Didn't even have to do any work. I know this because I was once one of those men. Now, of course, I'm a happily married man that sees only personality, utility, and character when I look at thumbnails like that. So apparently, according to Jake, this has become controversial in the online camping communities. I don't know where those reside. I'm not part of them, but apparently people are unhappy that she's employing this particular tactic to get an insane amount of views, quite frankly. And listen, I don't want to take away from the value of her videos just by talking specifically about this aspect. It looks like she actually puts work into them. There's a lot of people that love this kind of relaxing ASMR nature vibe type of video, and she does decent work at that. She's got beautiful drone shots, great ambient sound effects, fun recipes, tasty little title edits, and tiny little shorts. But YouTube is a combination of packaging, which is the thumbnail, and then delivering, which is the content. And in her case, clearly the packaging is getting people to click, and the content itself isn't that bad for this particular niche. Even the comments are overwhelmingly positive. It's not just a bunch of thirsty weirdos like timestamping the times when she's fucking taking her pants off. They're happy that she's camping. They like her camera work. They love the sound of the rain. The ASMR edits are nice, blah, blah, blah. Not only that, but from what I can tell in the brief moment of research I did, she's not using these videos to funnel people to some sort of 18 plus adults only paywall somewhere. I'm not speaking to the morality of adult content on its own, but it's this idea that a bunch of kids use YouTube and would come across this and then be kind of coaxed into going to see this adult content. That's where the ethical conversation usually goes. There's websites specifically for adult content, and then there's YouTube, which cucks me every time I swear and certainly will demonetize this video because I put butt cheeks in the thumbnail.
A domain of evil it is.
I'm sure that her videos are monetized, but that's just how this website works. Also of note is that she has 2 other channels where she does very bizarre, highly colorful ASMR stuff. Pony Bites, almost 500,000 subscribers. I am imagining this shit rips on TikTok, and of course she uploads it to YouTube Shorts. So she's one of those girls who's just like a master at understanding clickbait and the psychology of clicking on videos. Oh, this stuff makes me absolutely queasy. I have no idea how people enjoy this without wanting to puncture their eardrums with a rusty fucking sawed-off spoon. Anyways, I did my detective work. I watched some of the content. I made an assessment, gave her a passing grade. Sure, the thumbnail technique may be a little bit of a gray area, but it's nothing that hasn't been exploited for all of eternity. Just imagine how the real cleaning moms felt all those years ago, the ones that were actually making cleaning videos to deliver tips, not to funnel people to their OnlyFans. They must have felt blindsided when all of a sudden these broads came cheeks out, getting millions of views doing basically nothing.
It is the future you see.
Well, apparently that's how the camping community now feels. And I thought to myself, you know what? Case closed. Until I saw the goddamn YouTube recommended sidebar. Young girl, solo overnight camping in the rain. Home workout stretch exercise. Young girl, solo overnight camping, relaxing. Beautiful young girl, camping and cooking outdoors. Contortion flexibility art performance. God almighty. But not to be outdone, we have Katie Camp with lonely girl with horse. Solo overnight camping.
Claude have mercy.
Lord, the places my mind goes, I have been destroyed by the internet.
So just as I think I'm shutting the book on this particular case, I find out there is a large community of beautiful, young, lonely girls that like to camp naked, sometimes with horses.
What the fuck is this world coming to?
This one's titled Beautiful Young Girl Camping and Cooking Outdoors. Good Lord! So of course, as any good detective would do, I made sure to do the research before forming my opinion. She starts a fire, has many moments of whoops, you can basically see up my skirt. Then she actually catches a fish, skewers that bitch, cooks it over an open flame, and chomps on it for a while. And then we get a little... Now again, in the sidebar, just one look, and it appears that solo camping, mostly naked, is a very popular genre on YouTube. Now, oftentimes what happens in like Liz's case here, where she absolutely blew the hell up, 50 million views in 10 videos, it's going to create a huge amount of copycats, females trying to do the same thing, whatever their particular prerogative might be, whether they are actually camping, just want to get YouTube views, whether they're trying to funnel people to an adult paywall, whatever it might be. And that's kind of what we're seeing here. So now after watching 2 videos, or when you're on one of these videos, the entire sidebar is just basically naked women talking about lonely camping overnight. And it just goes to show that no matter what industry you're in, whatever content niche, whatever your hobbies are, it's gonna eventually be overtaken by half-naked girls trying to get people to pay for their OnlyFans.
Capitalism.
I'm not gonna show you some of the ones I watched for research purposes, but it's very clear that most of them aren't really into camping. And it's much more like, okay, this should be on an 18+ website. So in Liza's defense, again, aside from the thumbnails here, her videos actually deliver decent ASMR camping compared to some of the things I've seen. I'm sorry, but I do have to, lonely girl with horse goes overnight camping.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Just outrageous. 17 minutes. We're camping. Similar formula, setting up shop. Cooking a bagel, some bratwurst. Oh, it's dark now. She's going towards the horse. I don't want to... Oh, so as the sun goes down, we move on to the next day. The thing I love the most about shit like this, when people film themselves solo, and I know because I've done this before, you're just filming yourself recreating what it's like to wake up. Like, what, were you running the camera the whole night to capture you waking up? Nope. You got out of bed, probably took a piss, set the camera up, got back in your tent, and then pretended to wake up. And of course, for the horny men at home,
Go on.
we now, no, you know what? I've seen enough. The punchline is sexual desire is as basic and innate as our body's appetite for food and thirst for water. The desire or impetus to reproduce is the foundation of every living species. When I was a kid, it was Tyra Banks on the cover of Sports Illustrated magazine, or your best friend's older brother that had a stash of Playboys under his mattress that you flip through gleefully together as your blood awkwardly rushes towards your belt line. But in the digital age, the landscape has changed so drastically it's becoming hard to avoid it.
We have a new enemy.
Everything is sexualized now. And certainly there's places online for adult content, specifically, sure. I don't know what they're called.
Bullshit.
I've certainly never seen one. But what I get a kick out of, and what seems to be more controversial, is the women who sexualize genres of content that aren't inherently sexual on YouTube as this kind of Trojan horse to sneak in front of the eyeballs of the casual YouTube viewer and funnel them over to some sort of adults-only paywall or something. Cleaning, cutting lumber, chiropractic, yoga, or camping, as is the case here. Now for Liza, she seems to be making pretty legitimate ASMR camping content and just packaging it in a highly clickable thumbnail of her ass cheeks tumbling out of her booty shorts. And as a YouTuber myself, that's just good business, baby.
That is not how we do business here, sir.
Get people to click, then deliver with the content. That's YouTube 101. Is it ethical? I guess that depends. If you believe touching a tit before marriage is going to send you to hell for eternity, then this particular tactic might upset you. But if you have a less orthodox way of living, it's just another hustle. And if you're in the online camping community and mad that she's getting 100x the views you are because she's showing cheeks and you've been at it longer and it's not fair and blah, 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 I don't know what to tell you. It might be time to buy some new shorts and a fisheye lens and start sprucing those thumbnails up, baby.
So it is.
Because I don't think it's blatantly against YouTube TOS, and as long as men continue to wake up horny, a thumbnail with a thonged up peach will almost always outperform a picture of a cool tent. If I've learned anything here, it's that I need to start showing more of my ass in my thumbnails. I'm just gonna need to invest in a 15 horsepower weed whacker because it's more hairy than a fucking silverback gorilla.
Sexy, right?
Very sexy.
So if you could do me the favor before you go and buy me one from Home Depot and send it to my P.O. box, I'd greatly appreciate it. If you can't do that though, the least you could do is subscribe and like this video if you enjoyed it. You know I appreciate the hell out of you. Can't wait to see you in the next one. Thanks so much for being here. Take care. Peace.